So in today's video, I spent a lot of time troubleshooting this old Intel 8286 computer, and it all works. The hard drive even works. And I'm probably going to end up using this as a data archaeology computer to like get stuff off old floppy disks and stuff like that. This video is a data archaeology video, but it's more of how to revive the computer. I don't actually get anything off the hard drive quite yet in this video. So just FYI, this video is just a really long troubleshooting video of trying to figure out all the things that I need to get it to work and whatnot. It is so many things to get wrong with this, especially this stupid little switch on the bottom of the keyboard. God. Well, anyway, here's the whole experience of troubleshooting this computer. I hope you enjoy it. So on my recent trip to Silicon Valley, I picked up this old NEC PowerMate 1 for $5 at a recycling center in Sunnyvale, California. It has an old hard drive, which mostly these hard drives die very quickly because they just didn't last, so it doesn't probably work very well, or probably actually it doesn't work at all. And on shipping this back home to Illinois, this computer took a very big beating in shipment, and so there's even a higher chance that this drive is bad, which is unfortunate, because that's the real interesting part, is the hard drive. There might be some cool stuff on it. Have two floppy drives. Looks like it's an Intel 8286 from like 1986 or so. And it's very dirty and kind of sticky in some places. It looks like it was in an industrial environment. One good way to tell, though, is to see what kinds of components are inside of it. We do have a few cards. Looks like this is a 16-bit computer. One of these looks to be a RAM expansion. The other one looks to be a floppy disk controller, and the other one is a video controller, which is a 9-pin, so that might be CGA graphics, or it might be EGA. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, it also has, looks like it has television output. That's kind of interesting. Although, this was made by Compaq. Looks like compact, but with an E instead of an A. So, who knows? Like, maybe this did control something. Well, I say, let's plug it in and see if something blows up. Oh, I hear it running. Okay, it didn't blow up. So I'll just grab my keyboard. This is what we're dealing with back here, and we have a very nice plate on the back. APC-H203 basic Unix serial number whatever. This is where the keyboard goes in. This is parallel communication port. Oh, it actually keyboard actually printed on there. And then I believe this should work with this monitor that I have. Although this might actually work with NTSC. It'd be kind of cool if it outputs NTSC. Okay. Then we can try turning it on again and see if we get anything on here. Okay, let's take out the video card and see what we're dealing with here. (1986). A Vega Video Incorporated. I will go look that up. So I was able to find the manual for the Vega, the Vega Video 7 video card, and it has a little bit of information about it. Evidently, this video card is able to emulate signal for CGA, EGA, was it MDA, and I think HGA. So this monitor should work. I just need to find the right setting for the dip switch. And this switch, it switches between emulation mode or just going back to like monochrome graphics or whatever. So, I mean, nothing's coming up on there on the screen, but so I totally didn't even see this switch until I took the card out. But it doesn't seem to really do anything. And then there was something about pin 5, or yeah, switch 5. I'll cycle it. Turn it back on. It doesn't seem to do anything on the monitor. So, after a bit of tinkering, I still can't really get it to display anything on the monitor. And then I remembered that the computer that I got that monitor with, I could never get it to work with either, so I might just have a bad monitor. But I do happen to have a second monitor, which might actually work, although, I don't know. Oh, hey, look at that. It actually plugs inside there. Oh my god. I normally don't have monitors that do that. Look at that. That was a bad monitor then. Well, I'm glad I didn't waste any more time with this. And I have a little screwdriver. I can maybe adjust the vertical hold. Just a little screw in the back. Oh, there we go. Okay. Doesn't detect anything on the keyboard, which is unfortunate. Oh, and at least I was right. It is a 286, an Intel 286. Oh, check this out. So, I was wondering why it didn't receive anything from the keyboard and it kind of froze. And so I unplugged the keyboard trying to mess with it. And then it jumps into that with a keyboard failure. And if I have that cable in there, it doesn't do anything. I totally forgot that they had different keyboard settings. This keyboard has for XT and AT. If I slide this over, whoop, it detects it. Look at that. And it looks like this has an extra, well, it would be 460K of RAM installed, which that's one of the other, like the daughter board or whatever. Okay, so I removed this and I moved around some of the ISA cards. It's actually one of them at least. So I'm going to put this back together and get it to work. I couldn't find anything about this HED Sunnyvale model Zatom Byte. And so this might be some specialty one-of-a-kind hardware that was just used at some company internally. Might even be a SCSI connector, I'm not sure. I'll have to play around with that. Oh, and it looks like there's a bunch of RAM or something right here. Although this might be RAM expansion, I'm not sure. Actually, we can test. Yes, it is. It is a RAM expander. So it goes past the, like, normal memory and brings it up to 1 megabyte. Well, that's pretty cool. I guess it makes sense, though, since this is called the Zatom Byte. So, you know, this could have been one of those things where, I mean, I bet there were so many little, like, homebrew, small-run, little kit things out there. Because it's Silicon Valley. I bet there was so many things where someone was like, hey, for a little bit extra money during college, I'll make a couple ISA boards. I wouldn't see that to be very outlandish. I mean, that's pretty much how a lot of this stuff started out there. The CMOS battery. Little 6-volt lithium battery from Panasonic. Most likely bad. Actually, I can pretty much guarantee that'll be bad. So, I'll probably have to replace that if this thing still works good enough. Putting that in there, and moving this over here. This will probably go like that, and that goes on there. This is a Royal drive. Takes a lot of little bits and bobs. Later on they got it down to only needing one connector, but what is it, an MFM drive or whatever? I'm not sure. I moved it back on the cable, so it's not at the very end, it's at the first one. Ah, sweet, now it's actually working. No boot device detected though. So we don't know if I trust my MS-DOS disk in that really nasty 5¼ inch drive. So I dug out my IBM XT, although it might be original IBM PC, just upgraded to kind of like an XT. Anyway, my IBM PC, and we'll use that to make a copy. Now I gotta go find a 5 1/4 inch blank floppy disk. I don't mind getting dirty. I can't believe I didn't have any 5 1/4 inch floppy disks down here. Had to go use some of the ones that I have spare underneath my bed. My issue was I put all my floppy disks together in one big Rubbermaid container. I mean, that's still not enough to hold all of them. I have like thousands of floppy disks, but at least I have boxes of new ones, so that's always good. I mean, at least it's not like I'm running out of floppy disks. It's just like, oh, I have to open up a new pack, but oh well. I'll go ahead and make several floppy disks, just so I have some backups. Let's make sure we can boot fine off that. Looks good also. I'll put the original back in. And now we have 2 copies of MS-DOS. MS-DOS 3.30. Yeah. There's a residue of junk all over this. Well, let's see if that floppy drive will work. Never been used. Still has a piece of paper inside of it. Hey, look at that. It works. Sweet. Okay, so I moved the connector for the hard drive back to what it was before, at the very end of the cable. And maybe now we can read the hard drive fine? I doubt it though, this thing's probably pretty dead. Oh! It didn't have a hard drive error. Okay, so we can read the floppy drive, and then... Oh my god. Shoot, 06208 VGA. That text. So, it looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit of homework to brush myself up on how to use MS-DOS. Thankfully, I have the original discs and all the books for this copy of DOS 3.3. I happen to have the book for DOS 3.2, so I assume everything in 3.2 should carry over to 3.3, and I also recently picked up this, Guide to Operations, for an AT, which actually I believe this actually is an AT clone, because I have to set the keyboard to AT, so hey, there we go. Some more stuff. So, even though it's 2 in the morning, I'm going to just read this for a little bit. Man, this little book is being really helpful. I'm so glad I picked it up. Oh, it actually has windows on it. Wow. Whoa. Whoa, that's a... Holy shit. Well... Maybe I'll hit setup. That might be useful. You know, honestly, I can't believe that this hard drive is actually working. So we have Windows and we have DOS. So I found that whenever we go to Windows, it needs the himem.sys. That's because I'm not running off the DOS on the computer. I'm running off the DOS that I put on the floppy disk, so it doesn't have the himem on it. So we go back. So now we can go to the DOS directory. We have himem on there. So himem is on the computer, but it's not on the DOS that we're running off of. So I wonder if I can just copy himem.sys to the floppy disk, and then it would be on that installation. I don't know though. Okay, so I found the right command, but there's not enough space on A. I need to delete like 9 kilobytes. I can delete check disk, I think. Actually, if I do the math, I don't know if it'll have enough size. So I wonder what if I just get rid of F disk. If it'll have more than enough space, it'll open up. So let's see. Wow. That's kind of surprising that it didn't even ask for like yes or no. It just let me delete that. Well, okay. Oh, really? Oh my god. This is looking great. himem.sys, look at that. This is so wonderful. Windows. A win. Damn. You know what? Now that I know how to navigate in DOS, we can go back and we can look at Bridge, I think it was. Yeah, Bridge. Well, that's not much here. I wonder what f.exe does. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Is that like a remote? Like, could I like run a terminal with this? That's pretty cool. Maybe I forgot to actually try turning it on without the floppy disk in. Oh my god, it's so quiet now. Man, I didn't realize how loud that was. So yeah, maybe I totally forgot to try it without the disk in it. See if it can actually boot from the the hard drive. This doesn't seem to be working. Oh, now it's working. Oh my god. That is so weird. I guess it just doesn't work sometimes? Weird. But now I feel kind of stupid for not just trying to boot from the hard drive. I can't believe I forgot to do that. Oh well. Well, now we're getting somewhere. Love Link. I will look that up. Couldn't really find much about it, but oh well. It's loading something. That's for sure. An error occurred while trying to initiate the VGA video adapter. Hit any key to continue. Well, you don't have a VGA video adapter. Okay, well... So, I keep having issues with it saying it can't initialize the VGA drivers. I guess I might as well just put a VGA card in it. This is just the graphics card from my IBM PC. Just a random 16-bit one that happens to work with it. It did not like that VGA card at all. Kind of surprising how my original IBM PC, or XT, or whatever it is, works fine with this. I am really happy with how this turned out, especially with that hard drive. I was not expecting that hard drive to work because they fail so easily. And I'm just blown away because this is the first time I've found such an old hard drive that still works. Most of the time they're all dead, or they're, well, yeah, they're usually dead. Or I find the hard drive and I don't have the card with it. But I am so glad I picked this up. This was definitely worth the $5 and then probably like the $15 I spent to mail it back. That's pretty much it. Probably make a video in the future after I mess around with it a little bit and try to get it to run Windows and figure out what the video driver issue is. And I can make another video then. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. See ya!